When life's road looks beyond repair, Milton can sort it out. Milton. He's got a bag for your Malden air. He'll make the whole world shout. He stopped my nuisance calls. He saved our library. He cured my dad's snoring. He went back in time and gave The Sopranos a proper ending.
Hello, my name's Milton Jones, and I like to help. There are many things wrong with the world today, like when people who are addressing the United Nations start by saying, "So where you all from?" And then there's never time for anything else. Like when Starbucks say they do fair trade coffee, but in reality, when you try and swap 2 football stickers for a cappuccino, they just aren't interested. And when people say that criminals always return to the scene of a crime, why are they still surprised that there are so many Australians over here? My quest is to solve these problems and help as many people as possible in the next half hour. I live with my trusty friend Anton and our landlady Pauline, who looks after us. So, anyone needing help today, Anton?
Well, it's strange. Only newsagents seem to be replying to our adverts in newsagents' windows.
Ah, maybe I put them up the wrong way round.
Oh dear. Right, well, we better get going. The wedding invitation said be at the church by 2 o'clock.
Excellent. Now, shall we take rice to throw at the happy couple?
Well, I think we'll have to. If you remember, you served us all tandoori chicken with confetti last night.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness the joining in matrimony of this man and this woman.
Milton, you're crying. The bride does look beautiful, doesn't she?
No, you don't understand. She's wearing the same dress as me.
Well, don't let her see you wearing it or she'll be furious.
You're right. She'll be thinking we could have got 2 for 1 at Millet's.
That explains the guy ropes. Well, just sit quietly. Stop fidgeting.
And if anyone knows any lawful reason as to why these 2 people should not be joined together in holy matrimony, they must declare it now.
Ah!
Yes?
Sorry, I just sat on my car keys.
Milton, sit that down.
All right.
Well, in that case, we shall proceed.
Ow!
What now?
Sat on a tent peg.
Perhaps I'd better look after everything. Hang on. These aren't your car keys.
No, they're for the wedding car. I've completely filled it with balloons.
Did you remember to inflate them this time?
That'll probably be the rear axle braking.
Milton, I think perhaps we better sneak out before you cause any more damage.
Oh, but I've got to stay for the bit where we throw rice at the happy couple.
Well, normally I'd say yes, but I've just seen that catering-sized pan of hot risotto.
Never waste leftovers. As part of my plan to help people, I offer therapy for those who need it most. And that wedding car business reminds me of someone I helped recently. Someone who thought he was a balloon.
Well, this is all very embarrassing.
And not at all. I think we can make you feel better about the whole balloon thing.
Good.
May I suggest acupuncture?
No! What?
There is one problem with acupuncture. Sticking needles into you might cure you, but it could be fatal for your voodoo doll.
Maybe I'll leave it.
Relax, relax. Sometimes it's good to face our fears.
Right, I see. How much is it?
Well, if you're worried about cost, it's £50 a pop. Tell you what, let's try something radical. Massage. Just lie back on the couch.
Right, okay. Oh, yeah.
Now, instead of just a balloon, imagine...
Oh, ow!
You're a little dog.
Ow!
Now... A giraffe!
Get off me!
All right, I'll let you go.
Milton. It's good to be home again.
Knock, knock. Hello, boys.
Pauline, always a pleasure to see our favourite landlady.
Oh, look at you, Anton, togged up in your finery.
Yeah, this old thing.
Milton, do you want a hand putting up that marquee?
This is a wedding dress.
Oh, you two went to a wedding then. Oh, hang on. You two didn't, one of those civil... Anton, I thought you were... Oh, well, that explains it.
No. No, goodness. Imagine.
In his dreams.
No, wait, explains what exactly?
So, good wedding?
At its moments. They wrote their own vows.
Didn't think much of hers, especially that bit that went, "Get that weird bloke in a dress out of here."
Understandable, though.
The other speech was rather confrontational, I thought.
Yes, that was you being cautioned by the police, Milton.
You mean PC risotto face?
So, how did you end up at this wedding?
The groom and I were at college together.
And I was Anton's +1.
Which meant apparently that Milton had to go around saying exactly what I said, but an hour later.
Oh, that reminds me. Milton, you'll never hit the vicar with risotto from here. Oh, I stand corrected.
I don't sound like that.
You will in an hour.
Oh, I do love a good wedding, me. I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it.
Well, it started badly. They made us all sit in this enormous stone fridge for an hour.
That was the church.
Well, organising a wedding's not easy, you know. Lavinia's having a terrible time of it.
I'm not sure I know Lavinia.
Oh, you know Lavinia. Morris and Eleanor's girl. Used to run the tennis club.
No.
Moved back from Kensington a few years ago.
Can't really picture her.
Looks like Robert De Niro.
I always shout something random in the street at her, like, "Do you like anchovies?" Just to try and get her to look round and say, "Are you talking to me?"
De Niro, yes, very good.
Well, she could really use some help.
Well, I can do that. I could set up a wedding business. She could be our first customer.
Oh, I'll give her a call straight away.
It was great to be helping people with their weddings. Helping is in the blood. 100 years ago, my great-grandfather helped his school invent a new game.
Right, scrum, boys.
I say, Wilkins, this new game is rubbish.
I know, Jones. Strange to think that it was only invented a few weeks ago. Some chap at rugby was playing footer and picked up the bally ball and ran with it.
I know. It makes you wonder what we could come up with here at Volleyball Hall.
Yes, and we've come so close to inventing games so many times.
I know. Do you remember last year in the dining room when Professor Plum hit Colonel Mustard with the lead piping and only broke his collarbone?
Yes, shame.
Look, someone's injured. I've got an idea. Perhaps if we go over and try to extract his funny bone, I'll get my little tweezers.
Steady now. Oh!
What do you think you're doing, Jones?
Trying to invent a new game, sir.
Jones, you've been warned time and time again. You're expelled.
Don't care. I was going anyway. Already packed. Come on, Elsie. I'll just load up this last trunk. My lucky shovel.
By Jove, he's got it. Well done, Jones. And from now on, the school shall be known as St. Buckaroos. You're sure that's how it happened, Milton?
Absolutely. Says so on Wikipedia. Well, it does now. So soon my wedding business was up and running, and the house was ready to receive customers.
Yeah, very good, Milton. Atmospheric.
Do you like the low lighting?
Low lighting? It's actually quite bright. Ow! Hanging low. I see. Still, I like the string quartet.
Well, one of my great-uncles was in the band on the Titanic.
Hello, band members. The iceberg's done for this ship, and there's not enough lifeboats. So I say we play on. Violins, are you with me? Sounds like the water's done for them too. How about the trumpets? How about you, Celine? Well, that's something, I suppose. So it's just me then. But at least I can use my trusty cello to lift these poor people's spirits.
Good. So that's the music sorted. Ooh. Here's another customer. Oh, it's Robert De Niro. Ah, you must be Lavinia.
Yes, that's right.
Do you like anchovies?
I beg your pardon?
She didn't say it.
Welcome. Milton has just set up a new business.
Oh, yes, I heard.
Taxi driver.
Oh, Pauline said it was a wedding business, and I gather you know her quite well.
Yes, I'm her godfather.
Milton.
Really? I thought that was her Uncle Colin.
But I'm her godfather too.
Perhaps we should talk weddings.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm terribly excited. I want to make the ceremony ever so special.
Well, have you thought about the ring bearers? These days, a lot of people have their rings brought to the altar by a dove or an owl.
Oh, sounds awfully jolly.
So I've come up with this option.
Do you know, I don't think so.
Quite a parrot, though, isn't he?
Now, before we get going, I tell you what my biggest problem is.
Let me guess. Flowers.
I'm fine for flowers. I'm having violets.
How lovely.
Yes, my friend Violet does everyone's weddings. Except she won't do roses.
Yeah, too expensive.
No, she and Rose had a row over a bouquet of lilies.
I see.
Now Lily's gone to live in the States.
So Lily's on the other side of the pond.
That's right.
And she'd also gone over to meet the parents.
How do you know?
Just a very lucky guess.
No, well, my little problemo is lack of groom.
No groom?
He's gone.
Psycho.
Oh, come on, that's Hitchcock.
What?
I was just saying the groom must be a psycho to leave you.
Oh, no, it's nothing like that. Stefan's lovely. It's just that he's gone a little bit, disappeared.
No groom. It's awkward.
I know. All the horses at the wedding will look a total mess.
No, Milton, wedding grooms, nothing to do with horses.
Explain bridal wear?
Lavinia, where do you think he might be?
Well, Stefan is from Romania, so maybe he went back there. And I so wanted him to meet the parents.
We've done that one.
Well, now, I'm thinking I should stay here and organise the wedding, and Milton, you should try and find him in Eastern Europe.
Whereabouts?
Romania.
OK, I'll remain here. Make your mind up.
But thinking about it, maybe we should all go, and we can get Pauline to organise the wedding.
Very well. But I can't go till tomorrow, because every Tuesday I like to help the community with some kind of voluntary service. Tomorrow I'm supposed to be fixing a metal plate to an old man's head to commemorate a park bench that's no longer with us. And yesterday I did some other community service.
Oi, you, what are you doing in the bushes?
Oh, hello, park keeper. Just my service to the community, collecting up spare little animals.
You can't just steal wildlife like that.
You've not heard of the game So Nick the Hedgehog?
Eh?
And if you bowl them underarm like this, you can collect up lots of litter.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Look, I've got a whole bag of teeny tiny baby ones here.
Baby hedgehogs?
Yep, they were just all lying about under that conker tree.
Look, mate, why don't you just go home, eh?
Well, I've also got to deal with the mess caused by irresponsible dog owners.
Oh, well, good. OK, I've got some little bags here somewhere.
No need. I've got my trusty golf club. 4!
What do you think you're doing?
Boy!
Oh, good shot. You hit a dog owner.
And so we flew to Romania with Lavinia to find Stefan. That evening, we were wandering the streets of Bucharest.
Ah, Bucharest. So beautiful. Between the wars, it was known as Little Paris.
And the airport was called Charles de Small.
Still, none of this is getting us any closer to Stefan.
What else does it say on the map?
Well, this land was all once part of the Ottoman Empire.
Wow, imagine being ruled over by part man, part otter.
Not helping, Milton.
You say that, but I think I overheard a mermaid on the bus the other day. She said, I like sitting on the beach, but my other half likes swimming.
Oh, wait! This is Stefan's favourite cafe. Oh, in fact, look! There he is, inside.
Come on.
He's going into the gents.
Stefan, wait!
Stefan, could you come out here, please?
Ask that woman to leave.
That woman?
She has a name, you know, and it's Lavinia.
I know her name, but she must leave.
Oh, very well.
All right, she's gone now. Come on out now, Stefan.
I'm sorry. It is bad luck for me to say the name the week before the wedding, or to talk to her, or look at her. It is a tradition in my family.
Ah, that explains why you've not answered any of Lavinia's calls. Completely ignored her.
And I don't suppose you've got the horses ready for the wedding either.
Now, Stefan, please come out.
I am Captain Stefan Valacescu of the Royal Romanian Cavalry and Duke of Vinabuca. Gentlemen, raise your crystal glasses to the cavalry!
The cavalry! Goodness, you're an officer in the Royal Romanian Cavalry. That's quite...
Gentlemen, raise your crystal glasses to the cavalry! Cavalry!
You have to do that every time someone says cavalry.
No.
Good, because it must get quite...
It's every time someone says Royal Romanian Cavalry.
Of course.
To the cavalry! Cavalry!
Must be very expensive in the Royal Romanian Cavalry.
To the cavalry!
Cavalry.
Yes, it certainly is. Yes, it's enough to drive a man to drink.
To drink.
To drink! Bit of a vicious circle, really.
Yes. I'd get professional advice, but I can't afford it. I have to sell off my lands and castle to buy crystal glasses.
Well, look on the bright side. There's still Lavinia.
Of course. She has the most beautiful and unusual face.
And to celebrate that remarkable face, we shall return home to give you a stag night, hunting real deer in Richmond Park.
Excellent.
Yes, I'm not sure you're allowed to do that.
Anton and I will keep a lookout, and you can be the hunter of the deer, or should I say...
Yes, Milton. I think I can see where this is going.
Okay, let's go to the airport.
To the airport.
The airport!
No, but...
I was pleased to be getting back to the UK because my business was going well, and I was keen to modernise the whole concept of wedding planning.
Ah, Milton, you've set up a wedding website.
Absolutely. It's sort of focusing on the horsey aspects of weddings.
Right. Now, again...
And click grooming.com.
I see. Milton, about the website...
It's the name, isn't it? This is like the time I set up that website for people who like ice cream.
MrWhippy.com.
A lot of those people didn't seem interested in ice cream at all.
Well, don't beat yourself up about it.
No, I bet they would like that.
I'm sorry to disturb you, boys. I've got a bit of a problem with the catering for Lavinia's wedding.
Oh, dear, what now?
Well, you know how she's insisting on having peaches with ginger and brandy?
Sounds delicious.
No, peaches, ginger and brandy are her friends who do the catering. But they're being sued.
Why?
Well, the other day they served rosemary potatoes, and she's allergic to them.
Shame. Well, as a last resort, maybe we could lay on some sandwiches.
Happy to, and I can kneel on some vol au vents as well.
No. That's not suitable for the wedding of a captain of the Royal Romanian Cavalry.
To the cavalry!
The cavalry. Stefan!
Oh, hello. Is this the lucky man?
I am honoured to meet you.
So what are we going to do about this catering problem?
Well, I could give you a hand with the food, and I can lend you some of these glasses from my drinks cabinet.
Thank you, Paulie.
To Pauline.
Paulie!
Hold on. There's only one pair left now, and I'm going to want them back tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I'll make a few calls.
Lavinia wanted to test out a catering company I'd recommended, so we decided to sample one of their meals. I made sure that everything was as romantic as possible. Champagne, low lights. Sorry, that light was a bit low.
Well, this is very romantic, Milton. Oh, a string quartet. Where did they come from?
Well, there's my cousin. He was inspired to form a quartet by the story of my great-uncle.
Fish soup, madam.
No, thanks.
As you wish. I'll bring the main course.
Oh, so, Milton, is there anyone in your life? I mean, how does a busy wedding planner meet someone?
Well, I tried internet dating, but so many people enter false profiles on those sites. I mean, if they lie to me, the Crown Prince of Luxembourg, they'll lie to anyone.
Oh, Milton, I feel like you understand me. This is like destiny.
Is she a friend of yours?
Yes, how did you know?
I don't know, there was something inevitable about it.
She married a wedding planner.
Really? Where did they have the service?
Would you believe Chelsea?
I never believe Chelsea. She's a born liar.
I just love talking to you, Milton. And I always feel so safe around you.
Really? Not now.
Milton, kiss me.
Milton, Lavinia!
Stefan, I really don't think...
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation.
Milton Jones, you have offended my honor. I remove my glove at you. I throw it on the floor.
Milton, you know what this means.
Cold hand.
He's challenging you to a duel.
A battle of honor. If I defeat you, I can undo the shame you have brought upon me. Choose your weapon.
I choose the glove.
Milton, the glove is not a weapon.
I disagree.
Ow. You're meant to be hitting him.
With him, I was going for something far more humiliating.
What are you planning, you English pig?
Tickle, 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 tickle.
No. We must settle. We settle this duel like real men.
Fine, real weapons. But it must be a place of my choosing.
Very well. It will be a pathetic Englishman versus the glory of Romanian history. Ciao.
Chescu. I'm not entirely sure what just happened, but the universe is full of things that are difficult to understand. So I've always tried to help people by explaining complex things in the simplest forms possible. It's time for Milton's expositional cornucopia of phenomena.
Milton's expositional cornucopia of phenomena.
Well, I'm looking forward to this episode. Once again, I'm teaming up with our scientific expert, Professor Jennifer Pike. And last week, she promised me a Lego pirate ship and more sherbet than I can eat.
No, Milton, that's not what I meant when I said, I promise you the moon.
Oh?
Now, the moon is roughly 250,000 miles away, and we all know the name of the first man to set foot on it.
Lance Armstrong. But surely to go that far on a bike, someone must have spotted he was on drugs.
Look, Milton, the first men went by rocket. Apollo 11. Though, of course, we still don't know how Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin decided who would be the first to step onto the surface.
What I reckon is Neil flipped a coin, then snuck out the door while Buzz was waiting for it to land.
Although, of course, the very first moon missions had dogs being sent into space. Sadly, all of them died.
Well, that was before they'd invented the retractable lead.
What? Well, anyway, Milton, perhaps we should demonstrate the moon.
Ta-da!
Oh, Milton!
Sorry.
Don't you ever pull my trousers down again.
No, I don't think I ever will.
You're not taking this seriously.
Well, how about I demonstrate how far the moon is from the Earth?
Oh, yes, good, very well.
Right, see this tennis ball? Okay. This is the Earth, and Professor, where's that cream egg you had earlier?
What? Oh, here you are.
Right, you go over there with the ball.
Yes.
A bit further.
Yes.
Bit further.
Yeah?
Yep.
What are you doing with my cream egg?
Oh, no, the moon, it's been destroyed. And so, the moment of the duel with Stefan arrived.
Yeah, I'm not sure this busy ring road is the best place for this fight.
'Tis a dual carriageway.
Yes, of course.
Oh, Stefan, don't do this.
I must.
Now, gentlemen, you have agreed your weapons?
Yes. My cavalry sword and my trusty charger.
And Milton, did you bring your charger?
Yes, but there's nowhere to plug it in.
Enough. We must begin.
Look out, Milton.
Oh, I can't watch.
Milton Jones, you are toast!
Toast! Toast, of course! Let us drink to the Royal Romanian Cavalry!
Curse this! Oh, yeah, where's my glass? Okay. To the Royal Romanian Cavalry!
Royal Romanian Cavalry!
Oh, thank goodness you're both all right.
All right, what's going on here?
Officer, allow me to explain. Now, it's true we have a horse and a man in a bizarre costume.
And some bloke in a big white tent.
Wedding dress, actually.
And lots of broken glass and drink all over the road. For it is, in fact, a classic British stag night.
All right, all right. So that's why you hired the Robert De Niro lookalike.
Are you looking at me?
Results! And so Stefan prepared to marry Lavinia. I suggested her dress was made of felt and his suit made of Velcro, if they wanted to stay together for a very long time.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness the joining in matrimony of this man and this woman.
Milton, I'm delighted you didn't pursue your claim on Lavinia.
Yeah, it was an act of faith.
Really?
Yeah, she rang and threatened to beat me up if I didn't leave Lavinia alone.
Ah, of course. I'm also very impressed that you chose not to wear the wedding dress this time.
Well, you know.
Although, on the other hand, some clothes at all would have been nice.
Before your vows, I'd like to say how thrilled I am to witness a love which crosses boundaries. After all, since the change in European law, there is complete freedom of movement between us and our Romanian friends. Now, Lavinia, your vows.
Right, I'm off.
Lavinia!
Sorry, Stefan, but if this wedding went ahead, it would be a sham.
I thought as much. You're marrying Stefan for all the wrong reasons.
I'll admit it. I'm only marrying Stefan so I can live in Romania. But apparently I can just move there, so I'm off, sorry. What am I like?
Robert De Niro.
But I love her. And you can't go. We've set up the catering, the decor.
And I have brought along the last of my family's finest crystal glasses.
And I've arranged a special animal to bring the ring, in keeping with the De Niro theme.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's a raging bull, isn't it?
Maybe.
Well, you two need to put your feet up. That was quite an adventure.
Yes, that's right, Pauline. I think I've been put off marriage for life.
Oh.
I might get one of those mail-order brides from the Far East, because even if I didn't like her, at least I'd still have all the bubble wrap to play with.
So, I sent our wedding present to Stefan anyway. It was a picture of lots of nice crystal glasses.
Oh, yes, a lot safer. Did you frame it and send it by post?
No, it's almost as if Tumblr was created for such a purpose.
Hang on, everyone. There's still a world out there that needs help. I've just had a text. An old man's gone missing.
Oh, dear.
After eating 4 cans of baked beans, 2 cauliflowers and a huge tin of gherkins. So his family have all made an emotional appeal for him not to come back for at least a fortnight.
That was Thanks a Lot, Milton Jones, starring Milton Jones, Tom Goodman-Hill, Josie Lawrence and Dan Tetzel. It was written by Milton Jones, James Cary and Dan Evans, and the music was by Guy Jackson. The producer was David Tyler, and the programme was a positive production for the BBC.
When life's road looks beyond repair, Milton can sort it out. He's got a bag for your Maldonare. He'll make the whole world shout.
He built my flat pack wardrobe. He cheered my parrot up. He galvanised my silo. He introduced the banjo to Paraguay.
Hello, I'm Milton Jones. There are many things wrong with the world today. Why, if you're on an aeroplane and your wife says you should get an upgrade, is she surprised that after a while you get a better wife? And how come when you buy one of those hot water bottles that you can put in the microwave, they still taste horrible? My quest is to solve these problems and to help as many other people as possible in the next half hour. I live with my trusty friend Anton and our landlady Pauline, who looks after us.
Post's arrived, Milton.
Thank you, Anton. I've got a letter here from the newsagent where we advertise our helping services, saying he's got rickets.
Well, perhaps if your card didn't cover the entire window, he might get some sunlight.
Yeah.
I've got a letter from a man here who says he's addicted to the idea of being a monk.
Send him to the Priory.
Oh, and Milton, what are all those bags of cement doing in my bedroom?
Oh, yeah, I'm making a statue of my Auntie Phyllis. She was the first ever person to be put on the witness relocation programme, but for some reason she never received the recognition she deserved.
Fascinating. Well, Pauline will be here in a minute, so you'd better...
Knock, knock. Hello, boys. Just pop by to bring back your laundry.
Ah, Pauline, that's so kind of you to clean all our things. I don't know why our washing machine stopped working.
On a completely different subject, I finished mixing all the cement for my statue.
Well, still, thank you, Pauline. Oh, you folded it too. There really was no need for you to go to all this trouble.
Well, I know you two know nothing about this sort of thing.
Nonsense. I entered a sort of laundry competition once.
Milton, that was the Iron Man challenge.
Yes, and it's very hard to get one completely flat. Especially if they're that strong.
Yes, well, sometimes I can't help feeling, Milton, you're a bit lazy.
Come here and say that.
You are? I mean, look in the garden. Neither of you have done a spot of work out there. You've even got a gardener in, look.
Gardener? No.
Who's that out there, then?
The blonde bloke wearing my coat.
As the Scarecrow, Milton.
I thought his Tai Chi was taking ages.
Our intruder, if that's what he is over there by the tree.
Ah, Mr. Nutkin, we meet again.
No, not the squirrel, Milton. The man with the tape measure and the hard hat.
Looks like some sort of surveyor, if you ask me.
Let's go and take a closer look.
Oi, you! What do you think you're doing in my garden?
I live here.
Not you. This chap.
All right, just doing a bit of freelance gardening.
And some regional stereotyping by the sound of it.
I am but a simple gardener.
Why are you wearing a high-vis jacket and using a theodolite?
No idea what you mean, sir.
Well, there, on your tripod, with the eyepiece. Looks very much to me like a double-quadrant DT-90.
A DT-90? How dare you? Yeah. This is a top-of-the-range Surveyomatic with a reticulated eyepiece, accurate to 9 seconds of arc.
You're not a gardener, are you?
All right, then. Yes, I am a surveyor.
I knew it is from the council.
Now his arms come off.
Scarecrow again, Milton.
There's another one of them at the other end of the garden. Have a look through the eyepiece.
Oh, yes.
Now that one really is a faceless bureaucrat.
No, Milton, he's just bald and hasn't turned around yet.
Now, come on, you. What are you doing in our gardens?
I really can't say.
Well, I think you'll find I can be very persuasive. See this chair, this gaffer tape and this knife? I'll give you all of them if you just tell us.
Milton, allow me. Now, Mr. Surveyor.
If that is your real name.
Now, what is going on?
And why are you measuring up everybody's gardens?
Well, OK, if I was to say high-velocity transit system with a bottom-up integrated trackway, what would you say?
Bottom.
Of course. A high-speed train. Oh, this has been rumbling on for years.
No, that's a low-speed train.
Anyway, it's all been decided.
Well, we'll fight it to the bitter end.
Oh, yeah. Get rid of me, and another will take my place. Get rid of him, and another will take his.
And get rid of him, and yet another will turn up.
Yeah. Actually, no, there's only 3 of us.
Thinking about it, I may have been too hard on the surveyor. After all, one of my ancestors was a surveyor who helped the Roman army in Britain.
All right, Miltonus Theodolitus, what have you got?
Aha! On this papyrus, I have the plans for the Britain's Parliament. Now the noblemen enter through this grand arch here.
And how will the commoners get in?
Through the pleb gate. You idiot.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing, didn't say anything.
You haven't heard the last of this. You'd better come up with something good or I'll throw you to the lions.
OK, look at my scheme for a giant wall to deter the Scots.
It's not exactly big, is it?
No, but look at the plans. It's made out of salad.
Genius.
And I shall call it Hadrian's Waldorf. While Anton pondered what to do next, I got on with my plan to really scare crows by kidnapping them and taking them between 2 points, but not going by the shortest route. But before that, it was time for me to help the community with some of my voluntary service. You see, years ago, when my superintendent at the St. John's Ambulance Brigade found out I hadn't learnt a single thing in 7 years, he had a heart attack. I'd like to have helped. But now I was determined to help everyone. This week, I decided to do a bit of hospital visiting. Hello, Mr. Johnson. My name's Milton. I'm a hospital visitor.
But this is my bedroom.
I know, but why should you miss out just because you're an outpatient?
What?
Plump up your pillows for you. If you want, I could get you something from the snack bar.
Snack bar?
It's downstairs. Loads of stuff. Grapes, sandwiches, soup, frosties.
Do you mean my kitchen?
What are you doing?
Best get you presentable. Sister will be here in a minute.
Sister?
My sister. I texted her about the frosties. Just give your pyjamas a quick once-over.
I'm still wearing them.
Look, I got these travel irons at the hospital. Lie still.
Are you sure those are irons? Ah!
There you are, Mr. Johnston. Mr. Johnson? Sleeping like a baby. Time to go.
Now, speaking of secrets, this high-speed rail link. By law, the council has to put up plans in the town hall for consultation.
Huh. Did they ever ask anyone if they could do that?
Well, if I know the council, they'll put up these plans in a sneaky, hard-to-find back room.
I think it's time to go and have a look.
Oh, you should speak to Pete, the caretaker. He knows that building like the back of his hand.
You mean there's a large central area attached to 5 slightly hairy corridors of different lengths?
How did you know?
Well, let's go.
I'd been to the town hall before, because that's where I put my little adverts for Milton's therapeutic services. Last week I put up one that said, "Enjoy swinging, then meet me by the swings." This week I was determined to help someone relax. Now, as you may know, reflexology is the science of...
Ow!
Sorry, it's the science of...
Ow!
Sorry, it's just that I have to let go of your feet to make the inverted commas with my fingers when I say the word science.
Look, can you just get on with it, please?
Very well. Now, see, these areas of the feet directly correspond to the body's organs, and I'm afraid, feeling yours, I'm rather worried. Your kidneys feel very rough and inflexible. Your arteries are hardened, and your liver...
Aren't you supposed to take my shoes off first?
Yes, of course. There we go. Now, this little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed at home. This little piggy...
What are you doing?
I thought it might help you relax if I showed you some photos of what my pet piglets have been up to.
Look, are you sure you're properly qualified?
Of course I'm qualified.
You did the inverted commas again, didn't you?
Look, I'll prove it.
How?
By playing you some relaxing therapeutic music from the East.
Oh, that's more like it.
'Cause you won't stop to give it a rest.
Here we are, the back door of the town hall. This is where they'll keep the plans for the railway. Now, to get in, we'll need a diversion while this Pete character is helping us.
No problem. Look in here. This is where the council keep all their diversion signs. And look at this great big pile of signs.
What do they say?
Ow!
Accident. Spooky.
Oi, what's going on?
You must be Pete.
So what if I am?
We're friends of Pauline. She says you can lead us to the room where all planning maps are kept. You know where it is?
I know this place like the back of my hand. There's a large central area.
With 5 slightly hairy corridors, all of slightly different length.
No, 4. I lost a finger stacking up one of those accident signs.
Of course.
This way.
Pete led us through a back door, down a service lift, along a corridor, into a tiny room.
Do you mind?
Sorry.
Come on then, let's get a shift on.
Following the map on the back of his hand, Pete led us down one really long corridor.
Oi, keep up, you wazzocks.
I say, it's a bit near the knuckle.
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah. There's a bend just there. Right, here we are, the map room.
Goodness, a complete 3D model of the town. And if I press this button... Now, do you see what this is all about, Milton?
Just what this town needs, a model railway.
Milton, this is about the government taking away the most important thing this town has got.
But who would steal a model railway? Don't tell me. Nick Hornby.
Look at this. This train here will go right through those woods.
This line goes through an area of outstanding natural beauty. This is the home of the extremely rare golden dormouse.
But surely the bigger question is why mice have golden doors.
No. Milton, it's their habitat.
The shop where they bought the golden doors?
No, Milton.
I quite like him in a way.
It soon passes. Now, look, they have to have a public meeting, and... Oh, look, yes. It's tomorrow, but scheduled for 4 a.m. They were obviously hoping no one would find out and object. We'll soon change that. We need to tell the entire town. Milton, are you coming?
Playing trains.
Look, this is important. Our entire town needs to know about this breach of their constitutional rights. Oh, I didn't know they tooted. Well, maybe we could stay and play for a little while.
6 hours later, we emerge from the town hall.
Well, now we've only got a couple of hours to tell the news to the whole town.
Well, I'm not town criering. Not after last time. Oh yay, bell thief strikes again. Just a few hours to tell the whole town, eh?
Facebook? Twitter? No, I know. Pauline?
Anton?
There's something I need to tell you, but it's in the strictest confidence.
Oh.
Well, the whole town's here.
I know. I don't understand it. I told everyone I rang that it was a secret.
Jolly good. Now, everyone knows the Minister for Transport is coming in person.
I know, it's standing room only.
See, they're already trying to prepare us for rail travel. And some of them are getting restless.
Yes.
I should never have promised everyone free rhubarb.
Well, thank you all for coming to this meeting that has been scheduled for the middle of the night. Now, remember, we're all here to ensure the safety of this little dormouse.
Except for that owl.
Shh, Milton. It's the Secretary of State for Transport.
The Secretary of State is an owl? The dormice don't stand a chance.
No, Milton, over there.
I call this meeting to order.
Of course. That's Veronica Grafton Smith.
Who?
We were all at school together, remember? Before politics, she used to be a professor of diplomacy and peace studies.
Will you all shut up?
Did she finish the course?
Now, there are rather a lot of you here, so you're obviously concerned about the plans for the proposed rail link. But can I assure you that this will bring prosperity and jobs to this town?
We don't need this rail link.
Yeah! We were promised rhubarb.
This is already a modern, up-to-date town with as skilled and as well-informed population as any other in 20th century Britain.
21st century, Milton.
Is it?
I am happy, of course, to address any specific questions you have about the train itself.
Very well, then. If this train is designed to go at 180 miles an hour on a 15% camber, and yet rolling stock is pre-stressed fibre alloy, will onboard Kit Kat still cost £1.50?
I cannot comment on the pricing policies of individual franchises. Well, I think we're done here.
And if I were to tell you that this golden dormouse is very rare, what would you say?
This new railway is good news for this town. And if a few dormice are displaced, then so be it. No more questions.
We're going to fight this. It doesn't matter what you threaten us with. Yes! It doesn't matter what weapons you use.
Yes! Order!
Run for it! She's got a tiny hammer! I'd had enough. I realised now was the time to take a stand. Just like that student in Tiananmen Square. Flying back from Beijing, I realised that my protest was probably best done at home. So we made placards and signs from trees near the endangered area, which was slowly becoming suspiciously less and less sheltered. But then the universe is full of things that aren't easy to understand. And sometimes scientists are not the best people to explain them. This is why I've set up a program to communicate things to ordinary people like you and Anton in the simplest possible fashion. Yes, it's time for Milton's expositional cornucopia of phenomena.
Milton's expositional cornucopia of phenomena.
Hello, I'm here with solar physicist Professor Jennifer Pike, and today we're going to be talking about the sun.
Yes, now, I'm holding a conker, which is the Earth. And, Milton, if you could hold this orange... Now, imagine it's the sun.
Ah, it's burning my hand!
No, it's just, oh, never mind.
You mean the world to me.
Do I?
I was talking to the conker.
No, Now, the sun's birth was a time of tremendous upheaval.
Because the universe actually wanted a girl.
Well, what? Yes, very good. No, it's actually a sphere of gas composed of 75% hydrogen, and then mostly helium and oxygen, carbon, neon, iron...
Neon? That's the really fast one, isn't it?
How do you mean?
Neon.
Milton, you're not helping explain things.
Well, all I know about the sun is that it used to be worshipped by the ancient Britons. Well, just the English. The Welsh refused to worship a god they couldn't see.
Look, we can't really explain the sheer heat of the sun and the complexity of the weather systems with just an orange.
Yes, we can. Look, if I cover it in petrol and set light to it, there we have the sheer heat of the sun. And now...
Sprinklers? Oh, no.
The rain! Meanwhile, back in the forest, the protest was getting underway. I was determined to save this species. Apparently kinderbirds are almost extinct as well. But no wonder. Have you seen what's in their eggs?
Now, this clearing here is where most of the dormice are to be found.
Right.
Dormice, we will protect you!
Milton, they are very sensitive to noise.
And we will keep this area peaceful!
Milton, put that megaphone down.
Right, we really should make a start. OK, everybody, placards at the ready?
Yes!
OK, let's start the protest. And let's get straight to the point.
Why a Kit Kat still £1.50? OK, that's enough. Come out of the woods. I said come out of the woods.
Watch out for her subtle mind games. She was a professor of diplomacy. She's written books on it.
Come out of there or I will burn these woods to the ground.
Did she sell many? We're here to protect the golden dormouse. There are now only 3 breeding pairs. 2 breeding pairs. But on the plus side, we have a burgeoning owl population.
Well, you'd better get out of there. I'm sending in the diggers.
You can't do that and you know it. Section 4A of the Public Order Act 1986. Tell her, Mr. Surveyor.
Sorry, he's right, Veronica. According to the amendment by the Criminal Justice and Public Order Act 1994...
All right, let's do this by the book. But let me tell you, if you leave that wood for so much as 1 second, my diggers will be in there.
Fine.
So we stayed there to protect the wood and the precious animals in it. We would occupy the wood all day and all night for as long as it took. To fend off hunger, we made use of nature's rich harvest.
Put them down, Milton.
It was beginning to get cold. Fortunately, there was a plentiful supply of firewood. As the nights grew longer, we even began to run out of wood. We needed fuel. Then I remembered we could burn peat.
Ow! Ew!
Eventually our fuel ran out, and we were unable to catch him. Now we needed shelter, so we began to take stones out of the ground. Fortunately, we found some abandoned digging machinery nearby, and used it to take rocks from the local hills. Moving stones all that way was hard work, so we improvised a railway system.
Right, so we've burned down the woods and built a train and track system connecting 2 towns. Perfect.
Thanks for the high-speed railway, Milton.
Veronica, you used reverse psychology to get us to do your dirty work.
On the plus side, we'll now be able to sell Kit Kats for £1.50.
And I'm very impressed at the quality of your workmanship. You should keep going all the way to Birmingham.
Idle flattery won't get us to act like your slaves, Veronica. You must think we're complete... Milton? Milton!
Well, she was being nice for a change.
It's all part of a ploy. An intense game of wits played in the mind.
You mean like Boggle?
Well, I'm telling you, Veronica, you can't destroy this town with all its history.
Yes, we've got more blue plaques in this town than any other in Britain.
But that's mainly because the factory where they make blue plaques is based here.
You just hate this town, don't you, Veronica?
No. I commissioned a study, and now a whole load of academics hate it, too. And I'm going to destroy this town if it's the last thing I do. Come on, Surveyor. Take me back to my hotel.
I'm going to destroy this town if it's the last thing I do.
Not you as well.
No. This sounds personal. I'd like to take a look around her office over there. Tonight.
Her on-site office was a porter cabin. It was all fenced off and surrounded by guard dogs. Anton said the only way in was under the cover of darkness. So I put a blanket over my head and he guided me in.
Well, we're in the porter cabin at least. Look over there. That's extraordinary. It's a picture of me, aged 10.
Oh, yes. That must have been before you opened your eyes.
No, I'm just blinking. Why has Veronica got that on her wall? Yes. Don't you remember? We were doing a transport project at school, and the mayor came round to look at our displays and give a train set to the best one.
And the winner is young Anton Peterson with his road sign that says, "It's not tiredness itself that kills per se, but the accidents that may occur thereafter." Very good. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Thank you very much. Next, Milton Jones, is it? And what do we have here, young man?
I call it a pelican crossing.
Well, I think we already have those.
Aha, but press this button, and then the pelicans appear.
So the train set is awarded to Anton Peterson.
Excuse me, what about my display? It's all about what the railway system will be like in the next century.
Oh, yes. Veronica, is it?
This railway timetable. If you travel before 09:30, it's extra, but a bit cheaper if you book it 2 days in advance. Or you can apply for our super advanced fares for non-network
well, that sounds a little bit complicated, young lady.
And the track is owned by one company and the rolling stock by another.
Very funny. Well, I don't think...
And one of the franchises will be operated by that man with a beard who owns the record label.
This is ridiculous.
I know. And look at this. Kit Kats will be £1.50.
No, that's not fair. It's the catering franchise that sets the price.
Catering franchise. That will never happen.
I never forgot the sound of that laughter.
Veronica!
That train set should have been mine. So I decided to destroy this town with a life-sized, high-speed train set. Appropriate, don't you think?
You're too late. Your men won't be able to work. I've hidden all their high-visibility jackets, which took ages, by the way.
It won't help you. Because if you'd care to follow me outside, behold my secret weapon, the Rail Track Layer 3000. No! It destroys everything in its path. It was developed in North Korea. In fact, it actively seeks out towns and villages.
Let me at it.
Good work, Milton. You're going to turn it off.
No, I'm going to point it at Wandsworth.
But as you'll see right now, it's pointed at you. So, any last requests?
Just one. I'd like to play with the train set in the town hall one more time.
That's not fair. I wanted to do that.
Train set? Where is this train set?
Yeah, it's here.
Pete, you're back.
You got our message?
Eventually, when that owl regurgitated your note into my hand.
Oops, looks like mixed results for Project Carrier Dormouse.
Ha! You don't seriously think you can fob me off with a model railway? Oh, I didn't know it tooted. Oh, how lovely.
You'll switch off the machine?
Yes. Maybe I have overreacted just a little.
Our town is saved!
There is just one problem. The RTL 3000 can't actually be switched off once it's been primed and programmed.
What?
Yeah, that thing's going to lay track, come what may.
And the last breeding pair of dormice are in its path. The last dormouse is in its path. There's nothing we can do to stop the train. So that's it. On the 1st of September, our battle was lost.
September the 1st? Hang on, isn't that the first day of autumn?
So?
Well, look. It's a leaf, and it's about to land.
On the track!
Complete standstill.
Thanks a lot. Hey!
Oh, well done, boys. You managed to save the golden dormouse.
Although there is only one left, so I'm not quite sure how they're going to breed now.
Bagsy, not me.
Oh, dear. Can I get anyone a stiff drink?
That's kind of you, but not now, Pauline.
A high-speed rail link might have been a little bit useful, mind. You know, for shopping and that.
I'm glad you didn't say that a few days ago.
Toilets in trains are rubbish, though. Especially the ones right at the front. And the attendant in there gets so cross.
Perhaps I will have that drink after all.
That was Thanks a Lot, Milton Jones, starring Milton Jones, Tom Goodman-Hill, Josie Lawrence and Dan Tetzel. It was written by Milton Jones, James Cary and Dan Evans, and the music was by Guy Jackson. The producer was David Tyler, and the programme was a positive production for the BBC.